Hello everyone, in this lecture we will learn about inheritance in Python. Inheritance is one of the most important feature of object programming language like Python. Inheritance is a mechanism to inherit the properties and behaviors of one class to another. The class that inherits another class is called a child class or subclass or derived class. And the class that gets inherited is called a parent class or superclass or base class. The main advantage of inheritance is it allows for the reuse of code. We do not need to write the same code repeatedly. Let us say we have to design a new class whose most of the attributes are already well defined in an existing class. In that case, it is unnecessary to rewrite them in a new class. So, we can use inheritance concept and inherit existing class properties to the new class. Let us go to our PyCharm and see how we can do it. So, in our last lecture, we have created this car class. Let us create a new class. So, we will go to our project and we will go to new, then let us create a first Python file. Let us name it as learn inheritance. Okay, and we will create a new class. So, we will give class name as let us say Honda, class Honda. So, here Honda is the child class and car is the parent class, and using inheritance we will access all the properties of parent class, means we will access all the variables and methods present in this car class. Okay. So, how we will inherit it? We will write class Honda, then in a bracket we will simply say car. Okay. So, you see one warning here, right? So, here you see import learn class dot car. So, just click on this. So, here you see from learn class import car. So, from the suggestion we imported the car class, right? We have to import it, otherwise how it will know where exactly this car class is present. So, import is important in Python and you can do it like this. Okay. So, right now we have class Honda which is a child class and car is the parent class. Okay. Then we will put a colon here. Now, we will have one variable. Okay. So, to have one variable, what you will do? Here you put the colon and then enter. Okay. Now, you just write car type, let us say the car type is sedan. Okay. We will also add one more method. Okay. We will write def, okay, then method name let us say display Honda. Okay. So, here you see self is automatically added here. Why it happened? Because self will be automatically added as first parameter in any method we declared in a class. Okay. So, let us add something inside this method. We will add some print statement. Okay. So, we will write print. Okay. Let us say you want to print the car type. Okay. So, let us say type of the car is, okay, here you say self dot car type. Here you see car type is coming. Okay. Similarly, you can print the parent class things also, right. So, let us say you want to print number of gears. Okay. So, gear is present where? In the car class. So, if we will come to the car class, here you see gear is present, right. So, we want to print that number of gears is, you say self dot, here you see gear is also coming. Okay. Similarly, we can also access the parent class method. So, in the car class we have a method get details. Okay. So, what we will do? We will just do self dot get details. Okay. Now, let us create one object of this class. Okay. So, come here and then you create object, let us say obj is equal to Honda. Okay. Then what we will do? Obj dot display Honda, because this is the method we want to access, right. So first we need to create object of the class and then we can access the methods of that class, right? obj.display Honda we added. Now let's execute and see what happens, right? See, the test got failed, okay, and what error we are getting? Car.init missing two required positional arguments, brand and color. So what it means? So here in our car class we have this getDetails method where we are printing brand and color, and when we are creating an object in the runtime we are sending Honda and white. So here we are sending Honda and white, okay, which is missing now, okay. Here we are creating the object but without any arguments, okay. So to fix this, what and all this constructor is expecting, we need to give those values from here. Basically we have to invoke the constructor from the child constructor. We know that constructor will be automatically called even if we don't declare it. That is called as your default constructor. So let's add it. Now from our child constructor we have to mandatorily call the parent constructor, as it is not a default constructor. In case of default constructor we don't need it, okay. So what we will do, we will just write def, okay, then we will write init and self, okay. This is how we define a constructor, right? We have learned it in our previous video. Now what we will do, we will just write car dot then init then self, we need to pass here self, okay, then the parameters. The parameter is Honda, okay, and the another is let us say white, okay. So important thing to remember here is, every time when we inherit from a parent class, first check if there is any constructor declaration. If yes, then in the child class also create one more constructor. That is what we did here, okay. And in that constructor, in the very first step, okay, add parent class name, that is what we did here, car, then dot init and inside the bracket you pass self and then whatever the parameters required. So Honda and white we need to pass here. You can give also any other name, okay, but you need to pass the required parameters here, okay. Now just run this and let us see if it is working fine or not, okay. See, it is working fine, okay. What we are printing here? Type of the car, okay, type of the car is sedan, number of gears is 5 and get the details of the car Honda, white and 5, okay. So this particular method, right, self get details, it is coming from where? It is coming from here, okay. So here what we are printing? Brand, color and gear. So brand is Honda, color is white and this is 5, okay. This 5 is coming from this value, gear equal to 5, okay. So here in the first step, when we created the object, Python invoked the constructor, then it came inside, then it invoked the parent class constructor, okay, and we send value Honda and white, which went inside and we saw all these values. That is why we did not get any previous error, like whatever we were getting, right, missing two required positional arguments, that we did not get, okay. This is very, very important. We will learn more about it when we will learn our framework concepts, okay. So that is all for this lecture. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.